and welcome to the Table Tokens live stream. We are missing Sydney and Cam today. They moved to Arizona. Today was moving day, and unfortunately, they were unable to make it. So, without further ado, let's jump straight into the live stream.
Just before we do, I did want to show something off that I got recently. So, I don't know how well you can see these, but my friend Kim, Dicey Dungeons on Instagram, made these dice for me. I sent her some of the healer's dice that I've been working on, and they are like absolutely perfect. They're now Helen's dice. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just wanted to publicly thank her for that.
Nice.
Amazing.
Well, thank you for the dice. Feel free to send all that you would like. And for all who didn't have the chance, check out the Healer's Dice on Kickstarter. The Kickstarter is over, but they will be sold after production is up and running. So,
and there will be pre-orders available on BackerKit as soon as I get that up.
Oh, there you go. So give them a look. They're a nice solution, especially for healing potions and whatnot. With that, let's jump straight into the live stream. We have a shortened live stream today, so we will see how far we can get. But the party has been making their way through the Temple of Dragonreach. Their last encounter had been doing battle with a blind stone giant, which Brielle was able to kill after she discovered a box that let her reach into the room with a massive finger or two. So Helen took an unfortunate stone to the face and fell unconscious, but she is back.
Unfortunate stone to the face is a good description.
So, party, the giant is dead. You find yourself standing in front of the altar. You have looted the rings from the altar, and as you are resting, the altar splits, revealing a staircase.
I'll scout ahead while Helen rests to see what's in the next room. I won't enter the room because we have a bad track record of disappearing when that happens. But I'll go to the base of the stairs and see what I can see.
Okay, so from the base of the stairs, the room is about 50 feet across. It's a circle, 50-foot diameter. There is a giant stone dragon's head, approximately 25 feet off of the ground. The ground is covered in a very thin layer of water that is rushing into 3 different circular holes in the ground. There are statues within the room.
Okay, I will go up and relay to the party what I saw.
Okay. Helen is meditating over what she has gained.
Okay. And everyone will be attuned to the items that they have, the rings that they have gained, which I believe I told you what they were last time.
Yes, and Sildar was kind enough to make me some good berries last session, so I'm very appreciative of that.
Perfect.
How many do I have left? I have 9. Eating another one right now wouldn't hurt.
One can never be too full.
Yeah.
It's true.
And they're only
What was that, Sherrick?
They're only good for 24 hours.
Yep.
That is true. That is true. So the rest is finished. What would the party like to do?
Well, once the rest is done, I see no reason to not go down the stairs.
Let's go down the stairs.
Okay, let me pull you into this next room. This is the room that you see. Brightly lit room, fresh torches are mounted on the wall, and you're met with the sound of crashing water as you look towards the ceiling and see a giant carved dragon heads pouring water onto the floor that runs off into these 3 holes in the ground. Now, the dragon's head is about 25 feet up, and there are these 6 different statues, 6 different dragon statues. They're generic dragons. They don't seem to have a specific color. They don't seem to be identifiable as a specific kind of dragon, but they are providing additional decoration to the room. So
Are all 6 identical?
all 6 are identical, and as you walk in, the door closes.
I will be turning on detect magic.
You don't see any magic in this room.
Whoa.
Sorry, what?
A room with magic is just as rare as a room without magic.
I'm gonna go take a closer look at the dragon statues.
And no
Okay.
entrances or exits are apparent other than the
No
closed door behind
apparent
us?
entrance, no apparent entrances or exits.
I'm gonna go look
How
at
wide
the
are the holes?
water. Go ahead.
The holes are about 4 feet by 4 feet wide.
I'm gonna go to the water and try to determine whether it's good drinking water or not.
Ooh, okay. Are you going to sample some, or just try using your powers of observation and your knowledge of culinary stuff?
I'm gonna use my knowledge first and then sample some.
Okay. Make a general intelligence check. Actually, this would be you can do nature or you can do survival. Your choice.
Okay.
If you drink the water, you're not likely to survive.
Okay, survival's got a +2. Can I have guidance, Steven?
You may indeed.
Yay! Well, that's a nat 20. Nat 20 +2.
You're pretty sure it's safe drinking water.
I'm a
yeah,
drink
doesn't
of
seem
water.
okay.
I'm also
Cool and refreshing.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
What was that,
keeping
Steven?
guidance to myself also, while I'm not concentrating on anything.
Okay.
I'm going to look and see if I can tell how deep the holes are, or if the water is just filling them.
You peer down into the holes. You can't see a bottom. It just goes straight down.
So it's not full of water or anything. The water's just emptying into it.
The water seems to be just emptying into it.
I'm gonna go check out the dragon head while everybody else is looking at the other.
Okay. A dragon head is huge. In fact, the mouth that is open on the dragon head is probably about 10 feet by 10 feet and big enough for plenty of water to come through, big enough even that you think if you could get up there, you could probably go through the dragon head as well.
Huh.
How tall are the statues?
The statues are about 5 feet tall.
Well,
I will come to this statue and
Okay.
see if it moves if I push it.
Make a strength check.
Just strength check, not saving.
Just check.
$11.
11. Okay, with some effort, you're able to push the statue, and it begins to move. Where would you like to push the statue to?
I would like to move it to under the flow of under the dragon.
So just underneath the dragon?
Here about, yeah.
Okay. So are you with
And
difficulty?
Helen at this point is going to speak up and say, "I believe it may not hurt for us to cover the holes in the floor with the dragon statue, and then make our way through the mouth of the dragon when the water gets."
Okay.
oh,
That
okay.
sounds like a good plan.
I am going to try to take a running jump to vault to the top of the statue and then to the dragon mouth. To see if
Okay,
I can
this
get ahead. Our
this
party
check
doesn't
is
have a
going to be
great
with
history with drowning.
Okay, this is going to be a check with disadvantage because the statue on the ground is very slick.
Okay.
I think this.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics, yes.
You probably want some guidance there. It sounds sketchy.
Yep, I will be getting for this.
Guidance adds
D4.
1d4.
D4.
In the meantime, is it safe to assume everybody else
That's
is...
a 9.
That's a 9. You jump, you
17.
slip on the statue as you try to jump off, and you're able to catch yourself as you roll and land about right here. Very wet.
I'm going to grab a rope and try to lasso it around one of the spikes coming out of the dragon's head.
Okay. Make an attack roll. Are you proficient with lassos?
Who is? No.
Okay. So this would just be your dex modifier. No proficiency bonus.
Okay.
I will give you guidance on this.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Does the guidance apply to attack rolls?
No.
Probably
just ability
not.
checks.
Okay.
It would be bless that would work for that.
Was anybody in the meantime trying to move the statues around?
Oh, I will tell you what I'll do, though.
Yes.
Okay.
How high up on the wall is the statue?
The dragon's head, the lowest part is about 25 feet off the ground.
Okay. I will take Mage Hand and say, instead of throwing it, let me. And grab the rope and lift it up over the spine and bring it back down.
Okay. I like his approach better.
Clever. As the lasso closes around one of the spines, it falls limply to the ground, severed in two.
All right.
Aha.
The spines are very sharp.
But
Is the dragon's neck protruding from the wall by any chance?
Yes, just a little bit.
All right. How about we try putting a rope around the neck then?
we could try that. Yeah.
So I'll lift a rope up and try and put it around the neck.
So are you trying to bring it up around this way and then tie it?
I just bring it up around and then bring it back down to the ground for now.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have enough range for that in Mage Hand.
Yeah, it's a
Mage Hand is 30 feet.
and it's a 50-foot rope, so it should go up and down the 25 feet.
So the top of 35 feet off of the ground. So Sildar will put you up on his shoulders, and that will allow you to get the vertical distance you need.
Beautiful.
You now have
like 90 pounds.
You now have the rope hanging around the neck.
All right. Artemides, would you like to try climbing the rope now instead of trying your vaulting thing? Actually,
Once I get up to the neck, what should I do from there? I don't know how to get over it.
Just check down the. Actually, I have another potential idea. I'm going to have Sildar lift me up again and try and use Mage Hand to tie off the rope. Up there, so one end of the rope is tied there.
Make a sleight of hand check.
All right, I'm giving myself guidance for this.
Slide of Mage Hand.
All right, that is a 17.
Okay, you're pretty confident that the knot is a good one. You're pretty confident it will hold.
I'm going to take the knot or the rope then from the other end and try and mouth look like it has like really sharp teeth in it.
No, actually, there are no teeth in the mouth.
Okay.
It's toothless.
Is there anything I can take the rope around and like put it around inside the dragon's mouth and then drop it to the ground?
It doesn't look like anything that would hold the rope. It's just a sloping almost a sloping triangle, pyramid kind of shape, no protrusions of any sort.
Okay, here's what I'm going to try and do then. I'm going to try and bring the rope up around this side of the mouth, from the left side of the mouth, move it around to the right side of the mouth, and then let it dangle to the ground.
Okay. As the rope touches both sides of the mouth, it begins to slide down the mouth. You can tell that this is a very slick, very smooth kind of stone.
I'm going to pull the rope back over toward the wall so I can use tension basically to hold it up there. And then ask someone to choose over here.
It's going to be a higher DC because it's sliding pretty fast. Make just a general dexterity check to see if you can get it done fast enough.
Okay, that is a 19 plus 3, 22.
Oh, nice! You are able to. So, you have a tenuous support with the rope.
Can we please move one of the statues here? Thank you very much. Sildar, would you please move the statue?
Sildar moves the statue up to here.
All right. I tie the end of the rope to the statue, keeping it very tight.
Okay, perfect. Rope is tied to the end of the statue, keeping very tight.
Okay, now that it's to the mouth, I can try.
Now, a quick point, there is a large volume of water pouring from the dragon's mouth, just FYI.
But the rope goes to the back of the mouth, right? Because that's...
The rope goes off over... I mean, like right here.
And you were, with that dexterity check, you were able to avoid the spines sticking off of the dragon's head, the very sharp spines.
Oh, good.
But how do we get inside the dragon's mouth with all the water coming out?
Right now, I think it would be best to have Artemides take a look and see if he can get down the dragons and perhaps shut off the water. While he does that, I'm going to investigate the room.
So,
and see if I can find a lever or anything.
Just general dexterity check.
Investigation check. For Artemides, that's going to be actually a dex check to climb the rope.
That was only an 11 on my part.
An 11. Aside from these holes that are about 4 foot diameter and the statue foot diameter, nothing, no levers, no buttons or any sort that you can find in the room.
Very well. I'm going to give Artemides guidance for his climb.
You'll notice, also with that, so the base is kind of straight and then have a little lip at the top of the base. So it's like a straight base like this, then with a little lip off to the side.
They are designed to plug into the holes.
Yeah, someone can work on that while Artemides struggles to get up this rope.
So that 10 does get Artemides to the top of the rope. In the meantime, Matthias, sorry, you were saying something?
I'm just a little concerned that once we plug these holes, we have a limited amount of time before this room becomes a water death trap.
Probably true.
We could plug 2 of them and see what happens.
I dare say let's start by plugging a single hole.
Okay, let's do that.
Sildar, would you please move this statue into the hole for us, please?
Sildar comes over here, pushes that statue into the hole. It clunks down into it. The water level in the room doesn't seem to raise at all. It just seems to redirect to these other 2 holes and continues pouring down into them.
So,
Artemides,
what do I see?
A bunch of water rushing out of the dragon's mouth. If you would like to attempt to climb up into the dragon's mouth to get to a point where you can look in deeper, that's going to be a strength check at disadvantage.
I am not good at those at all. So let's see if I can figure something else. Working on
notice is you touch the stone, extremely slick, very very slippery, with a bunch of water pouring out. Hence the disadvantage.
How big is the opening? Can I tell yet?
About 10 feet by 10 feet. So it's a circular coming straight up from the gullet, about 10 feet in diameter.
Okay. I would like to... Let's see. This will be hard because I'm hanging from the top. But I would like to attempt to tie my rope, not the one that I'm hanging from, but the quarry, to... And then if that is successful, I will try to chuck it down the throat and see if anything happens.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Six.
No. With our running a very precarious balance up here, we're unable to get that tied. Is the group at the bottom doing anything in the meantime? While Artemiles is up on top of the dragon.
At this time, let us try plugging... what is the ceiling like, first off?
Ceiling is pretty high. Ceiling's probably about 80 feet.
Okay, are there any openings or anything in the ceiling?
No openings in the ceiling. Just straight.
Does our Master Druid happen to have a breathing water spell by any chance?
As Sildar consults his spell list...
Or a water form?
He does not. He does have a shape water as a cantrip.
I don't really see any way out of this except to equalize the water pressure and go up the stream.
I kind of have a solution. What if we...
What is your idea?
What if we put a dragon in front of the mouth and, like, make a tower of people standing up and Helen at the top of the tower with Mage Hand to send the hand into the dragon's mouth and try to deactivate the water? I realized the problem was with the tower of people because I don't think that realistically is going to happen. But...
No,
I will yell down. It is very slippery.
I think we might have to swim out.
Can I go... Can I go investigate the dragon's like throat next to the wall to see if I can tell like where the water starts coming from?
Yes, you may. I'm not even going to make you roll for this because as you look up into the throat, you can't make out an origin, but the water seems to be pouring from beyond up here.
Okay.
Does someone want to try to take a ranged attack at the throat and see if you can get it to crack? Because the water may be able to flow out a different path that way.
Very well. I'll try an Eldritch Blast on the throat.
Make an attack roll.
That is a 16.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
6 damage. And the second bolt is 12.
Yeah, that hits. I mean, it's a giant dragon head.
And 3 damage on that one.
Okay, so you see the stone crack, and then Helen, you watch as it begins to heal itself. And over the course of several seconds, the cracks and the craters that you had blown reform until the statue looks brand new.
I have an idea. No. This will work. If we blow a hole up and then leave a cylinder in the hole while it heals, we should have a pipe.
What kind of
I don't know.
do we have?
If only we had a paladin that made things. I don't...
We need that whole fabricate.
I know. Fabricate would be amazing right now. We could fabricate the wall into a pipe.
If someone could remove the bottom from Brielle's box, we could put that there.
Well, I don't think it works outside of this room.
I'm just
the box itself would work.
But I don't know how large it is.
Also, that box is probably not going to withstand the whole healing process. Probably going to break
If
the
Brielle's going to say Brielle's box works in this room, she could try to plug the dragon's mouth or something like that with.
Oh, that's a good point. Brielle, would you try and stick your finger in the dragon's mouth?
Brielle opens up the box, looks into it, shows it to you. It's the same, 2 little buttons, little smashed giant on the side, a little tiny split open altar.
Oh, very well. I'm going to stick my hand in and just kind of mash the giant around a little.
As you pull your finger out, there's a little giant goop on it.
Were the stairs that came to this room going down or up?
Down.
But then the door closed.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. So when we put items into the box before, did they just not show up in the room?
They did the same size that they were when they were put in the box. So they didn't expand in size.
Then technically we could use this to redirect the water into the other room.
We could try it.
We could put the box in front of us as we go into the mouth.
So this would be a great idea. Keep in mind that the stream of water coming from the dragon is about 5 feet by 5 feet wide. The box is about 1 foot by 1 foot wide.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think here.
I do have a question though. And may I borrow your box?
Brielle hands you the box.
I hold it under the stream.
A little portion of the stream seems to vanish into the box. Who's red? Red is Ichabod. Ichabod, you hear the sound of water starting to.
Brielle.
Oh, Brielle. Okay, Brielle calls out. I hear water pooling against the door.
Very well. I pull the stream out from under. I think we should probably put another statue in at this point. I don't know that we're going to get anywhere with anything else.
All right.
Sildar, would you move this statue into this hole, please? Sildar comes. Shove, 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 shove. Click. As that one goes into the hole. Again, the water level in the room still doesn't change. It's now all just pouring down this hole right here. This is a problem.
Okay.
Very well.
Can someone move the statue that is tied to the rope into the last hole so that everyone can attempt to climb the rope to stay out of the water?
That's not a bad idea.
I can try. I'm pretty close.
Okay. So, where's the party going to position themselves before this is clicked into the hole?
I'm going to position myself near the dragon's mouth.
Okay. And
I'm going to hang on.
Okay. Is pushed. Click into this hole. The room begins to fill with water. Who is trying to climb the rope?
Oh, guys.
To climb the rope.
Who has the box? Steven, you have the box?
Or at least to hold on to it so you don't drown.
You could put your head up to the box and breathe underwater.
That's a good idea.
Helen's small. Matthias, you're pretty sure your head would fit. Helen, you're a little...
The box is about 1 foot by 1 foot.
1 foot by 1 foot?
Human heads are about 9 inches.
Okay, yeah. You,
I mean, given you wouldn't be able to see with, that there, but... you could breathe.
Very well. It ought to drown.
The water is rising. Ichabod, make a dexterity saving, make an acrobatics check to see if you can climb up the rope. Matthias, were you trying to climb up the rope as well?
At this point, I'm just waiting for the water to rise until it's at the dragon's.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's kind of where
Mouth
I am.
level.
I'm holding on to the rope and just kind of
Okay.
letting the water
That's
level raise
22.
up.
Well, that's pretty good.
Holy crap!
Okay, with the nat 20, you shimmy up the rope like a monkey. Get up to you're up to the dragon's mouth, waiting just below it as the water keeps crashing out. The rest of you who are waiting, Artemilis, are you doing anything waiting for the water level to rise?
I'm still at the top.
Okay, so the water keeps coming crashing out. Foot by foot, the water rises until it's about halfway up where the joint of the jaw meets, and then the stream of water stops.
Oh, okay.
I will now attempt to climb in.
Yeah.
Using the water, you can swim in. If you try to put your foot down, it's still very slick, but there's enough water to swim into the throat.
All right. I'm going to make my way into the throat.
Everyone following suit?
I think
or-
everyone's following.
Yes.
Okay. Could everybody please make a dexterity saving throw? No, just kidding. Just kidding. No.
Andrew, you dick. All right.
Yes, as I threw you in an unavoidable trap. No. This is actually perfect. Perfect place to wrap up. Let me describe the next room to you. You come into a long corridor, broken stone, broken walls, leading into a larger room. There is it's almost pitch black, almost, but not fully. There is a pool of water that you can see.
So
There's
does it count
this.
as low light or darkness?
This is very low light, not darkness. Sorry, Helen, not yet. And there is a skull, the single source of light in the room, floating above the pool, shedding a very faint illumination.
Okay.
All right.
This is the room that you have entered. With that, we're going to call it for tonight. Sorry, it is a shorter session.
Did we announce that we're not on next week?
That's a very good point. Yes, we are not going to be streaming next week. Most of our group will be gone. So join us 2 weeks from today for our next session to find out what this mysterious skull is all about and what's going to go on in this room. Thank you all for watching, and we will talk to you all later.
All right.
Indeed.
Boy.
Have a good night, guys.